My name is Anastasia. I am a product architect from no code and AI founders. And most founders I talk to are asking the wrong question. Not which tool to use, not how to build a specific feature. The question they are actually stuck on, they don't even know they are stuck on it. It is this: what am I actually building? Not the name, not the screens, the structure. There are three decisions that determine whether your product survives to scale or quietly breaks before it gets there. Decision number one: product boundaries. Most founders never actually make this decision. They start building. They add a feature because a user asked. They add another because it seems small. 3 months in, the product does 12 things, and none of them well. This is not a discipline problem, it is an architecture problem. When you do not define the boundaries of your product before you build, every decision inside the builder is a guess. A guess about what belongs here, a guess about what connects to what, a guess about what breaks later. Scope creep does not kill products at launch, it kills them 2 months after, when changing one thing breaks three others. The boundary decision happens before you open the builder. If you skipped it, you are already carrying the cost. Decision number two: data structure. This is the one I see most often, and it is the most expensive. You structure your database based on what you need to display. A screen needs a list, you create a collection. A screen needs a card, you add fields. It feels logical. It looks right until you need a second user type, until you need roles and permissions, until you need to run a report or connect an integration. Then you realize the data model was built for the screen, not for the logic, and you cannot fix that with a new feature. You have to restructure the foundation. That is not a rebuild, that is a restart. The data decision should happen before the first screen. What are the real objects in this system? What are their relationships? What does this data need to do, not just display? If you answer those questions after you build, you are answering them expensively. Decision number three: access model. This is the one everyone defers. We will figure out permissions later. Right now, it is just us. We will add user roles when we have more users. Later is always more expensive than now, because permissions are not a feature you add on top of a system. They are a constraint that shapes the entire system. Who can see what? Who can edit what? What happens when a user does something they should not be able to do? When you design data without access in mind, you end up with structures that do not support hierarchy. You end up with workarounds that become load-bearing. You end up with a security model that is really just hope. I have reviewed products where adding a second user role required restructuring 4 collections and rebuilding half the actions. That was not a development problem. It was a decision that was not made in week one. 3 decisions: product boundaries, data structure, access model. None of them are about which tool you use. All of them happen before you build the first screen. If any of this sounds familiar, you are not behind. You are just at the moment where it is worth looking at the foundation. I am Anastasia, product architect for no-code and AI products. I do written assessments for founders at exactly this stage. You fill out a short form. It takes 2 minutes. I read it personally and tell you honestly where your product stands. Link is in the description. If you are building right now, that is the next step.